Andrea, happy Parker, last start winner on International Day. Jumped well, raced up on the pace and looked to produce a good kick late.
Yeah, for sure. He's a horse that he's been running well all season. It was only going to be a matter of time when he was going to get his head in front, and he's improved each run, and very straightforward horse. He goes forward, and yeah, no, it was nice to get his head in front, and he's still in the Class 4, so hopefully he should be competitive again.
Just talk us through those early stages, because from the head-on vision, it was quite noticeable you didn't want to be on the rail. Was that by design, or just how it worked out?
Well, like I said, it's a horse who had a good draw, and I wasn't sure by the horse in front of me how far he was going to take me. And my horse is a horse that we ran him with a 14, obviously dropping him back to 12. So he's a horse that gets the trip very well. And one thing he can't do is sit and sprint. So I just didn't want to be on the fence just in case we didn't go quick enough. And like I said, there's no horse that can sprint.
He's got an extra 6 pounds to carry at the top of the grade. Do you think he's good enough to step up here at the top of the handicap with that extra weight?
I can't see why not, because he's quite a strong horse, and like I said, each run this season he took a step forward, and I'm sure he's done that again, and he's still in the Class 4. He's obviously carrying enough top weight, but no, I like him. He's a horse that tries hard, and hopefully should be thereabout again.
David, charity gain over the 2,000 metres. He's been ultra consistent, a win in a few placings. Was he just a victim of circumstances at Happy Valley last start?
Yeah, definitely. You know, he did nothing wrong, nor did Vincent. It's just the way it can work out at the Valley. He had cover the whole way, pretty much. But you know, having said that, he turning 3 wide and covering significantly more ground than the winner. He got a beautiful passage up the fence. So he obviously meets the horse better at the weights, and yeah, looking forward to it.
He's run over 2,000 metres here at Shartin in the past, and he's also covered a bit of ground there too. You happy with the way he found the line at his Shartin start too?
Yeah, again, I think he was just a victim of a fairly slowly run race and not able to get out and get going. He's undoubtedly a horse who does need time to hit top gear. You know, they're all middle distance horses, but some can sprint better than others, and he certainly is one that just needs winding up. So we've got a nice gate. You know, would love a genuine tempo, which doesn't often happen, but if there isn't, then I'd be happy to be a little bit more positive from a nice gate.
These sort of ranks, the stayers form can be a little bit sort of thin on the ground, but he's rated 59. Does he still have a few rating points in hand? He looks a bit better than these to the eye.
Yeah, I really do think he will, end up on a higher rating by the end of the season, whether it's after Sunday or not, time will tell. But he's a horse that's still developing physically. He's certainly still learning to race. He's certainly had 4 or 5 starts, particularly for a stayer. That is not a lot, and he's still on an upward trajectory, I believe.
Riding together, going around in race 7, a former Clive Cox trained runner, won at Haydock prior to arriving. What can you tell us about him?
He's a really nice horse. He's a beautiful type. I think he's the right physical for Hong Kong. His form's quite good, and his trials have been fine. I thought his last trial on the grass was his best. He was just struggling a bit with the dirt here at Shartin, and going up to Jungfar has really brought him on. So looking forward to running him.
I see he galloped the other day with Glorious Success, who's run well at his limited starts here in Hong Kong. Are you happy with the way he's going leading into the weekend?
Yeah, his work was nice, and Zach was very positive. He really was, so that's great. And he'll improve off the run, obviously. I think ultimately 1400 at Shartin will really suit the horse, but he's got enough toe for 12. I'd expect him just to hopefully be midfield-ish, maybe a bit further forward from the barrier and find the line. But I would expect a few to be sharper than him, but hopefully he's hitting the line strong.
You've had a bit of success with the new PPs here in Hong Kong. What do you think the key to getting these new horses to run well here in Hong Kong? Because sometimes can take them a few runs to acclimatise, for want of a better word.
Yeah, I'm not sure, honestly. I suppose I have just really taken my time with them, and probably given them another trial if needed. So I don't expect that run to continue with the PPs. I think I've just managed to have a few nice horses go to the races, and races have worked out. But hopefully it can continue with this horse.
David Romantic's son, he put up a good performance at Happy Valley first up off some good trials, but second up he drew barrier 9. What was the overall verdict on the run?
It was just to put a line through it. Jack drove him forward on that very wet night. It was probably one of the few heavy tracks you get in Hong Kong. He worked too hard to get there and then just didn't handle the wet, and Zach backed off him. But since he's had a solid trial, and I think he'll bounce back and run a good race on the weekend.
Karis was on board for the trial. What was the feedback from Karis after the trial?
Yeah, he was just having an easy trial. It was just a maintenance trial, and he was happy with him. So he's got nice action and is going well.
Slight gear change at the weekend with the cheek pieces coming off. What's the theory behind that?
Look, his first couple runs around the valley, we just thought we'd have them to help him focus and be a bit more switched on. But I think Sha Tin will allow him to relax a bit more, especially after driving him forward last start. I wouldn't expect him to be leading and hopefully being strong late.
Frankie Bottom up together coming out of the Panasonic Cup. He obviously pulled up with a little issue, but outside of that issue, what did you think of his run?
Comeback is okay, but you know, this season he already run 3 times and all outside draw, a little bit difficult for him. So last start 1400 and also outside he jumped fast, and maybe he's still a little bit keen, and at this moment 14 may be not suitable for him, so that's why I just bring him back to 12.
He's had a trial with Matthew Chadwick aboard, so were you happy with his trial, and what was the feedback from Matthew?
Yeah. He tried good, and Matthew said, hey, he's more relaxed now. This time we got a better draw, so I think better for him. I always want to try to maybe make him follow some horses to see how it's going. And this time I think it should be good for him because this race is quite fast, the pace here.
So yeah, there is a fair bit of pace in the race. So you're intending to maybe just drop him in behind the speed?
Yes, I need to try because I don't want to. You always jump and go forward, and you know, sometimes lower class is okay, but if you go to some class 2, if we can save a little bit energy, I think it should be better for him. Yeah.
He did pull up with blood in the trachea last time out. Do you have to do anything special with these horses to manage them through that issue? Especially it can be a little bit awkward as well at the cooler times of the year, can't it?
Yeah, we give some treatment for him for soft his lung, and I think now it's okay. Everything's fine. I hope he won a good race for the owners.